In our world, there is no way we can really survive without some form of digital presence for a business. Even people are building their personal brands day and night on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and any other channels on the business side, maybe a bit of LinkedIn, and people build their personal brands. They like people to know about themselves, and the best and most effective way is to run it out in the digital media space, just like we do here. Now just think back, and if you didn't have these channels available to you, how would you get your message out? Well, you could go into your village and stand in a box and shout the message out to all passers-by and try and get it out to as many as possible. And if 10 people walked past you, you would be sharing a message with 10 people, and if 100, it would be 100, and so we can go on. But in the digital world, it just goes to another level. And of course, in the digital world, we helped with AdWords and SEO and all sorts of processes where we could boost our content and get it out to an even wider or more specific audience. It doesn't always have to be that it goes out to a wider audience. So your digital distribution, the distribution of digital products through which you represent your services or your products, is critical to your business. And it is the way we go to market these days. What's the converse of that? Well, you could open a small store on a high street in a town or a city, and all you would get, the only interest you'd really get, is if you had to put your adverts into the print media and attract customers to your location, but you'd have to use very localized print media because you are servicing a localized community, or you would have to have word of mouth or whatever it is. But digital has changed that. Digital has changed our entire world. And if you want to see who really uses the digital distribution really effectively, have a look at your fintech companies. And when I say fintech companies in Europe, there are many companies that are offering services on retail platforms that you can go onto, and you can pay your purchases off over 4 months. They offer you a kind of a finance, 0% finance option. And these are almost parasitic services that are sitting on top of the retailer's website and allow you to. And these fintechs' only distribution channel is the host website and any other digital marketing that they're able to do that draws the customer to considering using these payment plans when they're buying their merchandise. So your fintechs are your greatest example. If you look at older retail, legacy retail, well, they existed before the digital age, right? So they've got to now sit in a situation where they're catching up. So they're starting to adopt these digital channels. And they have been for 10, 15 years. It's not a new thing. And they're refining that model, but it comes with its own pressure points in their business. So do their stores now turn into distribution centers for their e-commerce activity, or do their stores remain stores in the sense that people look at the products on the website and visit the stores? You have to have a massive store footprint to be able to accommodate this. Trends around the world at the moment are the storefronts are shrinking, and here comes COVID and just disrupts all of this. And what's happening here is that people are reluctant to socialize, they're practicing social distancing, they're not going into stores. And one of the clients that I'm exposed to here in South Africa, who owns and runs the majority of our retail malls, is telling us that the mall space is really turning into distribution centers. So shopping malls are now massive distribution centers really for online shopping, because people are reluctant to come in and have the shopping experience, or afraid to come and be in crowds or within shopping centers where they feel they have increased risk. So digital distribution in our age is an absolutely critical piece of your content and your strategy in terms of speaking to your customer. How good that content is and how good those distribution channels are means we're going to talk directly to your customer experience and the user experience. That's a story for another day. That's a whole another experience that we're going to deal with at some later stage. But I wanted you to understand how important digital is And it doesn't matter whether you're an old business adapting or whether you're a brand new business choosing it like a fintech just to be the only channel. These are skills and these are things that we have to deal with and have to master in this day and age. There is no other way.